So the first part of this problem is pretty straightforward. I don't think you should have any problems answering it, but I thought I'd go over it anyhow. So in the problem they're asking us, when we're looking at this high level of activity, how much of this $176,250 consists of maintenance costs? Now what they tell us here is that here are our costs at the low level of activity, split between three different categories, one being indirect materials, two being rent, and the third being maintenance. And they also tell us the behavior of these costs. The indirect materials are variable, the rent is fixed, and the maintenance is a mixed cost. So to know how much of this cost is maintenance, we got to do some analysis here. So in order to do that, I'm just going to lay it out kind of like this. Okay, so we know we're going to have rent, we know we're going to have indirect materials, and we know we're going to have maintenance. And we know the total of all three of those is going to add to this 176,250 at the level of 75,000 units. So, and now here's where the cost behavior becomes important. We know the rent is fixed, so it's 60 grand regardless of what the level of activity is, whether it's 50,000 or 75,000. So I know this cost doesn't change, so my rent is going to be $60,000. And I know my indirect materials are variable, and this is, you can do this in your head, right? It's $1 per direct labor hour, $50,000 at 50,000 labor hours. So if my activity level is 75,000 at this 176,250, and it's $1 per indirect per direct labor hour, I know it's going to be $75,000. So by simple math, I know to get to the 176,250, all I have to do is subtract from that number the rent, which is fixed, and the indirect materials, which is variable, and I have $41,250. That's the answer to how much of the 176,250 is maintenance costs.